Hi everyone, and welcome to the very last video in this series from Wonderful Wildflowers by Johanna Basford. I'm feeling a little bit sad. Bear with me, book flashing about. There we go. I've just tucked the book under my pencil case. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit sad because I've really enjoyed this page. I think this is my favourite page of the book that I've coloured so far. I'm going to get going with some colouring and then chat a bit. Now we have these little ones at the bottom. I think I'm going to do all these the same, and then the ones at the top I'm going to do differently. I feel like I want to do a darkish base and then a lighter top. I don't know why, it's just something that's come into my head. I'm going to use the deep rose for the for these. I don't think I've used it before on this page, or maybe I have. And I'm going to do, as I say, all the same. So I'm going to go around the centre of each with quite a few layers like that, and then fade out towards the edge. I just had a paranoid check that was actually recording. That would have been a bit bad. Last one, mess it up. Yeah, I did want to say to all of you that have stuck with me in this series, thank you so much. There are a lot of people that will watch the first one or two of a series and then not stick through to the end. And whether you are just listening or colouring along, whatever you're doing, I really, really appreciate the support. And I just can't really express how thankful I am and grateful I am to everybody for watching me. If you didn't, I wouldn't really be able to justify continuing doing this, and that would mean that I would have to go and do a proper job. And all of you that sort of help by watching the adverts and sending things and money and stuff, it's just so generous of you. I feel so humbled that people feel that they want to do that for me. It's just so kind and lovely of you all. So I just wanted to say thank you. And I know, you know, everyone struggles financially, and most people are at the moment, and so even the smallest little bit is so appreciated, because I know that it can be so hard. You know, everyone, as I say, is finding it really tricky time in all countries. It's just, I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest, but anyway, I know that it's a tough time, and yeah, I appreciate it. Now the centres of these, I've coloured over that one by mistake, and you probably see. So what I've decided to do is go in with a black and make the centres black. It sounds a bit depressing and dark, but I think it will look okay once I have finished the rest of the page and I get my white pen out and I go around the edge of that black with some white dots. That's my plan. I might even go over the black with some white dots. So right at the end, I will come in there and I will mess around with it. Hopefully make it look better. Right, let's go for some paler, lighter colours. So we've got this one first, which I'm going to do now. I really, really, really like these sort of blush pink, hot pink, cerise pink colours, but they don't really match very well with this that I've done. So I'm going to avoid those, and I'm going to go for sort of orchid, I think, first. Where is it though? Have you eaten it? I say to my son, have you eaten it? And he goes, oh, scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Orchid. He's getting quite old, but we have a little joke. It's lovely. I'm going to try and fade these downwards, each little tiny piece. They're so small. If you are struggling, just colour the whole thing, and you could just make it darker at the bottom than the top, or the other way round, if you want to have some difference in colour, rather than worrying about each little teeny tiny piece. Because actually, even though I'm trying to colour the top darker than the bottom, I don't think it's working. If it is, I can't see it. Although I'm going to the optician soon. I've got to organise an appointment for... It's complicated because both my boys need an appointment at the same time as me. So I've got to organise us all to go at the same time. That becomes tricky. I mean, I could do it on a Sunday. I think they're open on a Sunday or a Saturday, which might mean that we've got a little bit more leeway, because finding a time when everyone's available is not easy. Now these are really cute, aren't they? I'm going to do them in the dewberry. It reminds me of the Body Shop. I don't know if the Body Shop exists in all countries, but I'm sure they did open branches abroad. It was a British brand though. I think L'Oreal have bought them out now. But when I was a teenager, they used to have a dewberry bath set, so you could get your shower gel, soap, body lotion, you know, all the bits, and a sort of body spray or perfume. And my mum really liked it, and when it was her birthday or something, we'd get her a little dewberry gift basket. They were always quite expensive, or you could get one made up. You could choose a basket and all the bits that you wanted to go in it, and then someone in the shop would put it all together neatly with some sort of shredded tissue, and then wrap it up with some sort of plastic and ribbons and things. It was almost like, you know, when you go to a florist and you get a bouquet of flowers done. It always looked really pretty. Now I'm still going to do these three differently. They all look slightly different. This one looks quite similar to this one, but I think it's nice to have a bit of a variety of colour. So I'm going to go for the pink heather. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I can read. Pink heather, that's good. But it needs sharpening. So yeah, I used to get her dewberry. I remember it was a very intense smell, but it was quite nice. But of course I didn't ever want it because my mum had it and I was a teenager. You don't want to have like the same things as your parents, do you? My goodness, imagine that. Oh dear. Especially a teenager. Stood at school, I was. I don't know how I couldn't have been at school because I wouldn't have been able to afford to buy those sorts of things then. This is French mauve. I don't know how I used to afford to buy presents, because there was, maybe my mum gave me some money to buy presents with. There was always the expectation that I bought presents for my parents when it came to birthday and Christmas, but I didn't earn any money until I left university. Although while I was at university I did have a grant, so I used to use that for gifts. But these colours are all so similar, aren't they? But yeah, when I was at school I had no money, just a bit of pocket money here and there. What's this colour? That's the light heather. Well, that's really pale. That's the rose pink. Oh, that's so pale. I think I am... I might go for the amethyst. It's a bit darker, but I'm going to put it down lightly. I don't want the really light colours. My piece of paper's curling up here. So I've got to hold down the page because it wants to curl up. I'm not going to put it down too dark. Yeah, I don't know. I remember my mum used to take me and my sister out separately to buy cards and presents for each other. But I just don't do that with my boys. I don't expect them to buy us presents and things, but my sister thinks it's awful because her youngest really likes buying presents and watching people open them and gets all excited. Whereas mine have always found it pretty boring watching other people open presents. So I guess it's just different personalities really. But I do need to teach them that when they're earning money, their grandparents would expect them to buy them things. This is basil, although I'm going to do these little tiny leaves. One of my sons is earning already, but I don't know. At the moment we just do joint things. And I think that father-in-law would expect that. I'm going to do all these. It's difficult because I'm married into a family where they don't really do lots of presents and things. You know, for them, like Christmas, for example, is a religious occasion. And my husband said that his parents always got loads more presents than he did growing up because they had loads of friends. And he didn't. I'm going to go for the mint leaf next. I think I need to do the stems. because I might forget otherwise. So this is the mint leaf. So when my in-laws saw how many presents we sort of did at Christmas, they were shocked. They were like, "Oh, you're so spoiled, you get so much stuff," and all this sort of thing. And I was like, made it sound, I felt horrible, you know. And it was a bit weird. I think part of it is that my mum likes to buy lots of things, and my sister does, not just one. And so even if they're spending the same amount of money as, say, in-laws might be, they're buying a whole handful of things. So they would just buy lots of cheap things, whereas in-laws would just buy one present. So for each other, for us, for, you know, just one thing. So so it makes a difference to how much it looks. You know, if you go to a pound shop and spend £20, you've got 20 presents, and they could be quite big looking things. Whereas if you just buy one £20 item, then it looks a lot less, doesn't it? So, but I try and do something somewhere in between. I speak to the, excuse me, I speak to my kids and say, you know, do you want one expensive thing or a mix of bits and pieces, you know, and they'll let me know. We haven't really talked about it for this Christmas yet. It's so tricky. They don't really want anything, need anything, you know. They find toiletries and clothes really boring. So it's like, don't know what to do. Right. Pine green I'm going to use now for the leaves on these central ones. I haven't done the centres of these yet. I don't know what I want to do with them. I'm sort of thinking, do I go dark rather than light like I did down here? Because I don't think if I do something light, it's just not going to show. I am going to use the cactus for these last little leaves. You could do these as flowers. I mean, they aren't necessarily leaves. I think they're leaves, but yeah, they could be anything really. Well, not anything. They're obviously not a house or a bee. There we go. So I am going to do those centres in a dark purple. We have the yeah, we have the dark purple. That's what I was thinking of. Dark purple. I'm going to try to get a really dark dot in the middle. Yeah, happy with that. Right, now we need to do a little bit of shadowing. So I'm going to grab the obsidian green. It's quite a good one. I've been using it, haven't I, for a few. Give it a sharpen. I'm just going to work my way across, filling in little bits where I think it needs to be a little bit darker. Oh, it's nearly time for husband's meeting. I should be finished just in time for when he's getting ready to leave, so that's good. I don't know why I'm doing the base of these, but I just feel like I want to. I want to spend a long time on the rest of this page because I've been enjoying it. I'm going to feel so sad when it's done. It's a lovely page. There we go. Yeah, I really like this page. I don't know why, it's just these sort of little small victories, I suppose you could call them, as Johanna does. I'm going to get my white out now. I'm not going to do any on these. I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to do them down here. As I told you, lots of dots around here. I'm going to put one in the middle as well, I think. Like that. Oh, I didn't do any dark between those two. I'm just going to do that. So grab my obsidian green again. Put a little bit in there. I could have actually used a dark purple for that, but it's so dark you can't see the difference. Now I'm going to try to put a tiny white dot in the centre. of each of these. Good luck with that. I needed your good luck wishes, but I didn't ask for them. Yeah. Never mind. It is done. There we go. So that is the last one on the page. Yeah, I think I'm done with that one. Let's pull out the piece of paper from behind the page and you can see the whole page. And I'm going to choose another little series, whoops, to do as well. I've pretty much decided, there we go, that I'm going to be doing a morning video from this book all the way through December, because I just don't want to not colour in it. It's just such a lovely, lovely book. I haven't quite decided where I'm going after this page, but that's my plan at the moment. But you know, my plan may change. But I am going to do Christmas stuff, don't worry. I've already got thoughts. I've already got a Christmas book in here ready to go. Yeah, there's a lot to do. But I'm excited by it all. So there is that page done, and I really, really enjoyed it. I hope that that you've been enjoying the videos, and as I said, I really appreciate you, especially those that stick all the way to the end of a series. A lot of people don't, you know, people get enthused at the beginning, and then it happens in all YouTube channels apparently. I don't know why. But it's just a thing. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, have a super day and happy colouring.